And out of more than 12,000 children and teens in the nation diagnosed with cancer this year, 40 to 50 of them are right here in Alaska. Matthew Simon heads up our Cancer Connection program, and he joins us in the studio with the story of a 14-year-old Chugiak teen. Matthew.
And Reagan, if you happen to bump into Ariel Courtright, you'll probably see her walking around the halls of Chugiak High School, or maybe you'll see her cheering on the sidelines as her boyfriend plays for the Mustangs. But chances are just as good you'll run into Ariel as she continues to talk to a lot of you about being a teen who happened to survive cancer.
What is that? I don't know. I think so.
Ever since she was a little girl, we've watched Ariel Courtright grow up.
I had leukemia when I was 4 years old.
Growing into a teacher, teaching anyone she can about cancer, about her cancer.
I was diagnosed when I was 3.5.
Now at 14, Ariel's still telling her survivor story.
My parents tell me a lot what happened when I was going through cancer.
It's like there's something wrong with her.
11 years ago, that's what Josie Courtright's mother's intuition told her when Ariel's swollen glands would not go down.
I go up and I just look at her, glance at her, just kind of look at her. And I said, there is something wrong with her.
Long periods where your child lacks energy and generally does not feel well is just one of childhood cancer's warning signs. Also look out for bruising, headaches, vision problems, and dizziness.
So we go to the hospital, and my mom says, my daughter has the fever and had a cold, but she also found a lump on the side of my neck, so she also showed that to the doctor.
Blood test, hours of waiting, and then Josie Courtright's world fell apart. As Ariel's doctor said, I'm afraid your daughter has cancer.
Exact words, and he did not play the game. He just said, I'm afraid your daughter had cancer. And I just like, okay. I don't even cry. I was shocked. I don't know what to do.
The doctor came out and says, I'm sorry, but your daughter has cancer. You have 20 minutes to go home, pack, and you'll be sent on a Learjet to Seattle.
Once that plane landed, for the next 2 years, the Seattle Children's Hospital became the Courtright's home.
There's just a whole bunch of little kids like me running around, no hair.
I saw a lot of kids when we were at Seattle, and they're all from here in Alaska. And 2 or 3 kids did not make it. We became a family, and of course we have to go to the funeral and witness for that. And you have, as a mom, like, oh my gosh, it's not going to be happening to her.
And thankfully, it did not. But when Ariel went back to school, this single event told her heart she'd want to educate anyone she could about childhood cancer for the rest of her life.
Kids thought that I was contagious, they were going to get cancer, and it's not like that. You can't get that. And it's just like really important to me that other kids know how it feels like and don't take life for granted, because I know so many kids in high school and middle school that take life for granted, and it's not smart.
Now, more than 7 remission years later, that's the motto Ariel's living by.
After 5 years, they say you're cancer-free, so I'm pretty much just like anybody else.
Now, the last childhood cancer event is coming up in October on the 10th at the Providence Gallery. Superintendent Carol Como will be there as the paper chain's ASD Children's Cell and raise money for childhood cancer will be hung up. Real quick, we want to again send a huge thank you, Alaska, for last Friday's Alaska Cancer Telethon. It surpassed our $1,100 goal. We raised an amazing $15,000 for Alaska's American Cancer Society. All that money stays here locally, a real big reason for the success. We put competition aside, joined with Channel 2, ABC Alaska Superstation, and numerous local radio stations, especially KFAT and The Wolf, to fundraise. So again, thanks for making this year such a huge success. We hope to see you next year. Live in the studio, Matthew Simon, CBS 11 News.